Good morning, St. Kitts and Nevis, and welcome to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devon Cornelius, and thank you for joining me on today's edition of The Edge for Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. It is 11:03 a.m. When we open the phone lines, you may call us at 465-1977 or 1903 or 662-8674. So just 465-1977 or 1903. Those are the numbers you call to participate in our conversation for today. This conversation is also being carried live on our social media platforms. Check us out on Facebook at ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation and via our YouTube channel at ZIZ Online. I want to share some updates with you as it relates to Tropical Storm Jerry. We have received a statement from the St. Kitts Meteorological Services in collaboration with the Antigua and Barbuda Meteorological Services. And this Tropical Storm Jerry watch statement is for St. Kitts and Nevis. Tropical Storm Jerry continues moving quickly west-northwestward. Tropical Storm Watch is in effect for portions of the northern Leeward Islands. A Tropical Storm Watch is now in effect for St. Kitts and Nevis. And that means that tropical storm or developing tropical storm conditions pose a possible threat to the specified area within 48 hours. Residents should start to implement their hurricane disaster plans. Now, at 5 a.m. today, the center of Tropical Storm Jerry was located near latitude 13.3 north, longitude 50.7 west, or about 845 miles southeast of St. Kitts and Nevis. Maximum sustained winds are near 50 miles per hour, with higher gusts. Strengthening is expected during the next few days, and Jerry is forecast to become a hurricane on Thursday. Tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 125 miles from the center. The estimated minimum central pressure is 29.62 inches. Based upon the latest observation and analysis, the core of the system is expected to be near to the north of the northern Leeward Islands late Thursday and Friday. Jerry will be monitored closely and information on potential impacts will be communicated as the system moves closer to the islands over the coming days. And so we should be getting tropical storm force winds tomorrow, Thursday, into Friday. All residents are urged to monitor the movement of Jerry closely and take action to protect life and property. A tropical storm watch, or warning rather, is likely in the next 24 hours. Again, a tropical storm warning is likely in the next 24 hours. This update is from 5 a.m. It says that the next update is expected at 11 a.m., so I'll be checking for that. And as soon as that update is made available, I will share it with you. Now, a flash flood advisory is also in effect for St. Kitts and Nevis, and so motorists and residents are urged to be mindful and pay attention to flood-prone areas, especially our guts here on St. Kitts and places that are prone to flooding. A flash flood advisory is in effect for minor flooding in low-lying and flood-prone areas of St. Kitts and Nevis valid until midday today. A flood advisory means that streams, creeks, and drains may be elevated or even overflowing into streets, low-lying and flood-prone areas. However, property damage will be minimal. Inconveniences can be expected, but the flooding is not expected to be immediately life-threatening. However, just 1 foot of flowing water is enough to sweep vehicles off the road. When encountering flooded roads, be extremely cautious, and if in doubt, make the smart choice. Turn around. Move to higher ground. The trough over the area is causing periodic heavy showers and thunderstorm activity. Hence, moderate to major flooding of low-lying and flood-prone areas is possible. The meteorological services will continue to monitor the weather situation, and of course, you are encouraged to stay tuned to local radio or television for watch updates and possible warnings. Again, stay tuned for updates on the watch conditions and possible warnings. Those of you who are just tuning in, you're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis also issued a notice earlier today with regards to the closure of schools and early childhood centers on St. Kitts, and I am advised that schools on Nevis have also closed as well. A tropical storm, or a tropical wave, is currently passing over St. Kitts and Nevis and producing constant, intense fog lightning across both islands. Forecasts indicate the heavy rain should end this morning, but lightning may continue and is the primary hazard at this time. NEMA has advised that this local weather pattern is not associated with Tropical Storm Jerry, which remains over the central Atlantic. Schools and early childhood centers will be closed today. Government offices will remain open. The public is urged to monitor official sources for updates. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation here on The Edge. Stay with us.
Whether it's a dress store on 4th Street, a snack in Kayon, or a village grocery in St. Paul's, our small businesses play an important role in our economy. By supporting these businesses, you are helping to create or keep a job or two and to revive our economy. Support our local small businesses. Buy local and keep the doors to our small businesses open. This message is brought to you by ZIZ in support of our small businesses across the Federation.
In the sun or in the rain, life's a journey, joy and pain. But NCI's here day and night, always here for you, making it right. Always here for you. Always. With NCI, you've got a friend, always here for you. Always. Right here till the very
At National Caribbean Insurance, you are covered and secure. We're your partner, your protector, your peace of mind. So for home, for health, for life, choose NCI because we're always here for you. Always.
Always here for you. Always. With NCI, you've got a friend. Always here for you. Always. Right here till the very end. Always here for you. Always. With NCI, you've got a friend. Always here.
In case you don't know us, just twisting that dial away and manage to bump into us. This is ZIZ Radio from out of St. Kitts.
Welcome back to the Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devon Cornelius, and thank you for joining me on the program for today. The phone lines will be open shortly, and you may call us at 465-1977 or 1903. And remember, we are also streaming via our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube. You are listening to The Edge for Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. I'm Devon Cornelius, your host. The Aspire program, Achieving Success Through Personal Investment, Resources and Education, advanced another key milestone on Tuesday with the start of a Train the Trainers workshop for teachers. And this was held at the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank headquarters. Now, the pilot training session forms part of the National Financial Education Initiative designed to equip students with essential money management skills. You would recall that the Aspire program equips or provides each registrant or each child with $1,000 investment, $500 for savings, and $500 in shares or investment. And as part of this program, the Aspire program, a financial education initiative or component will be offered. And so instead of just providing the monies to these various accounts and to these children, they are preparing our children today to learn more about financial management and essential money management skills. Now, educators from the Washington Archibald High School and the Bastia High School participated in the inaugural training session, which was developed to prepare teachers to deliver the Aspire financial education curriculum effectively across the primary and secondary schools. A second session, I'm told, is scheduled for today, Wednesday, and this will take place in Nevis. Prime Minister and Minister with Responsibility for Finance, Dr. Terence Drew, addressed teachers and education officials during the opening ceremony, highlighting the transformative potential of financial literacy in breaking cycles of poverty and promoting sustainable economic empowerment. So I love that we're not just saying we're going to have some one-off sessions now and then. I love the fact that it is being placed into a curriculum. So it is the Aspire Financial Education Curriculum, which I believe is very timely. Very, very timely. It is something that generally people have been asking for or more of in our schools, teaching the children about money management, financial management, which are essential skills for in everyday life, for running a business, for being an entrepreneur, or whatever the case may be. But these are skills that are absolutely essential. Now, developed in collaboration with the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, the Aspire program introduces age-appropriate financial concepts and practical lessons in budgeting, saving, investing, and financial planning. Classroom sessions for students are expected to begin later this school term. It says between November and December, so I think the bulk of it will be in November because school closes in the first or second week of December, with two 1-hour sessions per week at participating schools. Throughout the implementation phase, the Aspire team will continue to provide ongoing guidance and support to teachers. The initiative aims to foster responsible financial habits, encourage entrepreneurship, and empower young people to make informed financial decisions that positively shape their futures. The Prime Minister said that this initiative gives our young people the necessary tools to advance themselves and, by extension, transform St. Kitts and Nevis. This is the Aspire program. I recall the Prime Minister when the program was initially launched, I think in December of last year or perhaps early January this year. The idea behind Aspire was not just to put monies into the bank accounts of the recipients. And I remember when it was launched, a number of persons were saying the monies should have been deposited to the parents directly. And it is something that I absolutely disagreed with, because let us be realistic. Had those monies been deposited directly to the parents, just in a similar fashion like other social assistance programs, then we would not have seen the true value or the true benefit, rather, of this Aspire program. And so the monies have been deposited to a savings account. $500 into a savings account, $500 into investment in shares. That, I believe, is forward thinking and futuristic. You're thinking about the future and you're not just thinking about now. I know sometimes we don't like to hear the truth, the hard truth, but that is what it is. Had those monies been deposited directly to people's accounts, to guardians and parents, those monies would have been spent. Some, I say, perhaps would have spent the money responsibly. And I might get some licks for this, but the vast majority of people would have done whatever they wanted to do with the money. You know, somebody will take the money and decide, I ain't buying nothing for no child. I'm going to buy what I want for me. That is my money, because I done buy all that I need for my child already. And so that would have just been the government pumping out millions and not seeing the true, or not getting the true benefits of such a program. So with this now, where the monies are deposited to a specific account and shares and investments, and now launching a financial education component to the program, you're seeing where the program is going to be sustainable and has longevity to it. You're seeing where the Aspire team is looking when they're rolling out this program. So it's not just a case of we launch it, we pay out some monies, and that's the end. No, launch the program, we disperse these monies to these accounts, but we have a financial education initiative or a financial education curriculum within our schools that I believe would be far-reaching and would be really impactful, and I believe it is something that would benefit the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, the children and parents and all of us across the board. And I hope that this is something that continues for a very long time and not just one-off. We have it for 2-3 years and then that's it. I would love to see that this education or this financial education forms part of the curriculum for St. Kitts and Nevis. Whether you have it under the mathematics or whatever, but teach our young people, our children, practical skills and skills as it relates to budgeting and saving and all of these different things. It can only benefit us. You may not see the positive results immediately, but you'll see the positive results in the long term. And that is something that I believe should definitely happen. The phone lines are open now, and we're taking your calls at 465-1977 or 1903. That is 465-1977 or 1903. We're taking your calls here on The Edge. It is 11:23, and I'm your host, Devon Cornelius. For those of you who may have just tuned in, I shared some updates as it relates to the system, with the system passing over St. Kitts and Nevis. All right, we have a caller. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, Devon.
Yes, how are you doing today?
Oh, man, I hear my bed laying down.
All right, good to hear from you.
listening to the program. Now, Devon, you ain't saying nothing wrong here. You're going to look extra. If that money is going in somebody else's parents' hand, they'll spend the money. I know for sure that. And you know that, you see that, well, this money going to the account and they're going to get shares is nothing, that is something good. But what I would like, if the parents them could continue, whosoever the children them be, if they're old enough to add to the account. Mm-hmm. You know, they could add to the account when they want to.
Right.
If they find money, if children them find money somewhere, they get a gift. Maybe they win something and they could add it to the account. They could add it to the account. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Finding a way of ensuring that these accounts continue, because you're seeing from the Aspire team where it wasn't just a case.
Hold on there.
Yeah, it wasn't just a case of them paying out the monies, but they had a vision, and you're seeing where the program is they're looking towards sustainability and longevity as it relates to this program. You wanted to make another contribution, caller?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Devon, yeah. You see, if people will criticize and say whatever, anything government do, and he got to the poor man, the ordinary one and woman pocket, it's something good. Because that $500 when the farmer government introduced, I believe it was something good too. And the people who got children and spending the money, is them was getting them spending. Mm-hmm. I got again. These people who get $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month, they have children. And I believe if the $500 was going out to these people who got children, I believe the economy will turn over better. The money stay in the country, the economy will roll over. I don't know, when one government gets in and they do something good, they criticize it, and then when you look now, the next one, that same program, people was criticizing it, but I ain't going to do that. It's something good for young people. You give them a start in life, whatever. And I believe that, you know, we go get against the blind politics. When we see something good, we applaud it. When you negative to the country, if you want to talk about it, you talk about it. But when you good, applaud it. All right, and I want to thank God for the showers of blessing we're getting, man. We're getting some nice rain, you know. Mm-hmm. And I hope the wind keep only the wind we ain't want. We want the rain, because we got the soil here to take it. You know, the little gut soil doing now and again. You know that then after that, you know, you could clean up the road with the backer and everything. But some place when they get rain like this, the whole place flood out, and for weeks or for months, they got to clean up and do all kind of thing, you know. But we live in a kind of a fertile, blessed country, and let me keep it like that. Anyway, Devon, you have a wonderful day. May God bless you and keep you and continue to do good works.
Thank you very much, caller, and thank you so much for your contribution to the program. We are still taking your calls here on The Edge. Call us at 465-1977 or 1903. It is 11:27. If we have no calls, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll continue the conversation here on... Okay, before we take that break, let's take this call. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Yes, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm not doing too bad for my age.
All right.
Yes, good morning to the listeners home and abroad. Carl Brown here. Devon?
Yes.
When the Deputy Prime Minister is going to come to the nation and tell us what is the halt and the stop of the Bastia High School, and why is it locked down and the trees and grass grow back up over 10 feet high? When is he going to come to the nation and tell the nation why he went up there in June of the music festival and posed a photo shoot, he carry backhoes and so up there, and dig up, say, he started back the high school, and it is shut down for months now. The grass and bush Devon past there, they grow back up over 10 feet high, and the two gates are locked down. And he came on radio and national TV and all kind of thing and tell the world the start of the Bastia High School in its original home. And he had one barrage of things because thousands of people were here for music festival. They run up there to do a photo shoot with the back of them to say school start. And nothing is happening there. They criticize the former government, said they were cleaning up land all the time. They spend millions of dollars. And they come and they're doing the same thing with the same Bastia High School just at the original home. They don't do nothing better than the last government. The same thing. Every minute they're cleaning it up. And as his favorite line he does use, not a block was laid under the former government. Well, not a block lay under this government yet for the same Bastia High School. The other thing is when the Prime Minister is going to finally come and tell us when it's going to be the official start of the new hospital. Because you realize every time he comes to the media, he gives a different date. And I am asking again, Mr. Prime Minister, please to tell us how the negotiations are going with those lands down there where you claim the new hospital is supposed to be built. The nation needs to know. Because he keeps saying that they are negotiating with the owners. And nothing goes to Devon. The down there grab a cup in grass and bush again, Devon. And what he going to do? Run down there with backhoes and trucks again and clean up the people them land again? And he very well know no land down there belongs to the government. All those lands were sold many years ago. And the other thing, when this government and the private sector is going to join together and start creating some job opportunities for all these thousands of people in the nation that is not working, why they sitting there and things is so slow, the country is so dead. Nothing is happening, the country dead like a cemetery when no funeral in there. When the private sector and the government is going to sit and come up with some initiative, plans and program and policy to create some jobs and opportunities for the people of the nation.
What would you like to see in terms of jobs and diversification in St. Kitts and Nevis? What are you looking for?
Devon, the private sector and government are supposed to be working together at all times to help the people and the nation itself. That is what causes growth in a nation, private sector and government working together.
Right. Well, I don't dispute that. I 100% agree with you. But what do you think is lacking, or what area of jobs are lacking in St. Kitts and Nevis?
What is lacking is that the private sector is working with itself and the government is working with itself. They are not working together and coordinating together. Example, Devon, look at the Aspire program you're just talking about. How many businesses in the private sector have gotten some business out of that?
What do you mean? When you say business out of it, what do you mean specifically?
Okay, they say $500 is to invest. How many private sector business those $500 are going to invest in for the future of the children?
Yeah, but when you're talking about the investment of the $500, there are not many businesses in St. Kitts and Nevis you could purchase shares from with the $500. I think the shares from that Aspire program, they're going to, I think it was National Bank that was mentioned and the cable. I stand to be corrected, but I believe those were the two businesses that were mentioned that are collaborating with the program.
You see what I tell you just now, the private sector working with itself and the government working with itself. Now, those two institutions are government-owned institutions. Now, you have a private sector which makes millions of dollars here all around. Some of that money could have invested in some of the private sector business to help the private sector.
I don't understand what you mean. if the program is
Listen,
specifically
the money, okay, you just said
Okay,
the
go
money
ahead.
is invested in the cable and the government. The money is coming from the government. Let me put it that way. We know the tax, but government. But it gone back to the government. The private sector ain't getting no share of no.
I know. I
so
think
it-
okay. I think you've misunderstood what I've said or what is happening. So, the contribution, right, will be divided into two parts, and I'm reading from, and I have here in front of me an article from November 2024 when the program was first talked about, right? The contribution will be divided into two parts.
Yes, we know that.
Hold on. 500 EC to be held in a savings account at the St. Kitts Nevis Angola National Bank, and 500 EC to be invested in shares of local government entities. So it is right. So it is not a case of they're giving Carl Brown $500 and that is Carl Brown $500 and he gone. The money is just going there as shares. So
Yes,
Carl can
so
hold the
why
shares,
the
but the
shares
shares
is-
still belong to me. You understand what I mean?
Yes. What I'm saying, Devon, why none of these shares is invested in the private sector? That is my thing. The government give the money, the government take back the money. And you see, I just tell you, when I start, the private sector working with itself, the government working with itself. They need to work together. And especially when it comes with investment of the nation's future.
All right, caller. All right.
God.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution to the program. It's 11:35. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation here on The Edge.
Join us every Wednesday for In Focus, a weekly talk show produced by the St. Kitts Nevis Information Service, where we provide exclusives with key persons within the government and discuss pertinent, relevant, and interesting matters that affect us all. Tune in every Wednesday, live on ZIZ Radio and streamed live on Facebook at SKNIS Media and ZIZ Online. In Focus, your government, your business.
At Dental Beginnings, where it all begins with your smile, we provide quality dental care, catering to the needs of the whole family, where gentleness is our specialty and attention to detail is paramount. We offer cleanings, fillings, crown and bridge, root canals, extractions, digital x-rays, and sealants. Dental Beginnings, located at Victoria Road, Bastyr, St. Kitts. Call us at 869-668-1955 or 869-651951. Email us at dentalbeginnings@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page. Dental Beginnings. It all begins with a smile.
In case you don't know us, you're just twisting that dial away and managed to bump into us. This is ZIZ Radio from out of St. Kitts.
Welcome back to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. I'm Devon Cornelius. We have a caller. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hello, Devon. Good morning.
Yes, caller, go ahead.
I'm calling you from overseas. I'm calling from New York. I just want to make a comment. I was born in the Federation. I'm 1947. And I've been living abroad since I was 19 years old. I never voted in no election home. But I like to look at our legislature in session. but they have so much animosity towards Timothy Harris, the Labour people. It's like anything he said, they shut him down. He can't say nothing. And he's the only guy from his party who wants to sit. Why we can't come civil and treat each other as fellow Christians and Liberals and love each other? But the Labour Party, they go right has his throat. Anything they say, they go after him, attack him personally. That is wrong, man. We all need to make fences home. You know, make fences with everybody. You're not gonna like everything your party do, but why they always attacking the ex-prime minister? He did the best he could, and it's turning me off. I get him done. I don't really want to call the show, man, because they're always attacking the guy. Like all of them shut him down. He can't say nothing.
Call what? What show you're talking about? Call what show?
Thank you.
The what?
Thank you, Daniel.
Oh, all right. Well, you can't call into the House of Assembly. No, he said call into a show. I don't know what show.
I think he means this show, but he probably was talking about House of Assembly.
Oh, okay. All right. It's 11:39 and we're taking your calls here on The Edge. Just to follow up with the recent caller, right? Okay, let's take a break. We'll take this call. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Devon.
Yes, caller. Go ahead.
I agree with that caller there with Timothy Harris. Timothy Harris is a human being like everybody else, you know. And everybody is treating him like he made out of board or galvanized. You understand? Nobody does in the house, the parliament, nobody want to listen to him. You understand? The man is human being. Why they treating him man like that? I hope when the time come, because none of you saying nothing, you know. None of you defending and saying, well, that is wrong, or that is this, or this is that. You understand? None of you coming on and saying that is wrong. That is wrong. Timothy Harris is a human being, and he's a loving man, and a caring man. So I don't know why they're treating him so, but time will tell. You understand? Time will tell, and he got something named karma, you know. He got something named karma, and I hope when karma come, they ain't gonna say nobody walk up upon them. Because do good, and you way up, and on your way down, you might meet it. You understand? But anyway, Harris again.
All right, caller, thank you for your contribution to the program. It's 11:40, and you're listening to The Edge in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I was making the point from the previous caller, not the last one, Mr. Brown. We were talking about the Aspire program, and I just wanted to ensure that we are on the same page, or trying to be on the same page. So when I spoke about the Aspire program, right, remember I mentioned that there are $500 for a savings account and $500 for shares, right? So investment shares represent ownership in a company. When you buy shares, you buy a small piece of that company. So the $500 that went towards the cable, it's a way of purchasing shares from that company. No, you made mention of the private sector and the private sector companies. I'm not sure what their business structure is like if you can purchase shares in private sector companies, but I believe you can do so for public companies, right? The second thing is we are assuming that no conversation was had with the private sector. So are you saying, caller, that the government did not approach the private sector to find out what arrangement or what agreement can be worked out for them to be a part of the Aspire program, or you're assuming that no conversation was had with the private sector because they have only purchased shares from the cable? I'm hoping we could continue the conversation or discussion and I'm hoping that you can clarify there. It is 11:43, and you're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. The phone lines are open, and we take your calls at 465-1977 or 1903, and we are live on our social media platforms. Call us and lend your voice to the conversation for the benefit of those who may have just tuned in. All right, we have a call on the air. Let's take this call. Yes, caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, Devon, Carl here again.
Yes.
Devon, I am not saying they may hear what the words I'm using, may not have had conversation with the private sector. Yes, the private sector have a number of areas where they sell shares to the public. All of us know that at times. I am saying anything that is put out there for the development of the nation's future, the private sector must be on board. Those are who is going to create growth. Government and private sector working hand in hand. You can't get private sector working on its own and government working on its own. The country is going to be stagnant. And that's what I'm saying. The other thing, Devon, I call here for, is that a lot of people are complaining that they haven't gotten paid from since CPL. CPL long gone, and the people are still waiting on the payment. And we all know CPL don't pay the money long time. They pay it in two portions, Devon.
So there are people who have spoken to you, and they're saying that from last year CPL or this year CPL?
This year CPL.
Okay,
they haven't received the payment yet.
Okay, so CPL wrapped up when? August, September? September.
Early September.
The 3rd of September. Early September, sorry. So you're saying...
And what is happening, Devon? The guys them that work in the park, they are behind owing them again. You remember I came to you and I told you they had owed them for a number of tournaments.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. So for those persons who you've said have not been paid from CPL, what have they been doing since then? Is it a case of they're not being paid and they're not going to the relevant authorities to ask for them? Because if you owe me money for services that I have rendered, I'm going to go directly to you. Yes, I might go and tell my friend, but the man ain't pay me. But I'm going to go directly to the source because they must have had some sort of direct contact to do the work or to provide the service in the first place. So these individuals who are saying that they have not been paid, I think the best course of action is for them to go directly to whoever asked them to do the work or to render the service for their money.
Devon, these people being asking, and you know, it's a lot of run around. It's a lot of run around, Devon. Devon, the CPL, my understanding from somebody who in the North, CPL paid them in two portions. They paid half before the tournament, and they said during the tournament, before the tournament finished, the other half was paid. So the money is there, Devon, to pay the people. The people render the service. Pay them.
Well, and I agree with you, but I stick to what
CPL is not owing us.
I stick to what I've said, Carla. I stick to what I've said. I agree with you. You've worked. It's time to be paid. But the only advice that I can give, or anybody for that matter can give, is if you have done your work, if John called me and tell me, why I want you to come and do some work for me, right? And it is time to be paid. It is time for me to get my money. Then it's back to John Igoiden. So those persons who are saying that they have not been paid, they need to continue. Yes, you're bringing it to the public's attention, right? But these people need to go back to whoever asked them to do the service or whatever the case may be, and ask them for their money.
And Devon, some cricket coming up again just now, so the guys, them going to be hard working and preparing. Some cricket is coming up very shortly again.
So if it's a case where cricket is coming up again, right, and they have not been paid from rendering
Previous
service,
tournament.
So that means they shouldn't go and work again if they have not been paid. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, they are saying some cricket is coming up very shortly, tournament again, and they are owing them for previous tournament, including CPL.
Okay, so when you say previous, just to be clear, previous tournaments, as in the one just gone, do you know if they've been paid from last year?
The one just gone, CPL just gone.
Okay, all right then.
Remember, they were behind and I came here and I talked, and a few people backed me up, and they run and they pay them a week before the CPL game.
All right. Well, for those persons who have not been paid, let's hope that they'll be paid shortly.
Yes, we hope so.
Yes. All right, Colin, thank you so much for your contribution to the program. It's 11:49, and you're listening to The Edge here in ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. Call us at 465-1977 or 1903. We have a caller. Let's head back to the phone lines. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, love and better. The young ducks, that's for young ducks. There was for the old ducks. That's a lovely weather for young ducks. And I don't know the old ducks could enjoy some too. Yes, about the money with the children transferring, that's good. They put it in a fund just for the children. Because many young women get the money, they take them and do all kind of fraud. And taking other people. That's good to put it that way. When the children grow up, they see money there. Many times parents, like the father, will tell the child when you come back, but what happened to this summer money to give mother to help you to college? Me not hear us and she don't say she don't spend it out and she kind of put on she nails. But it luscious eyelash that from here to Sunny Point and all those things. So that's a good idea. And I didn't like what happened last week at the agriculture. $15 for what? And a lot of vendors never get to sell what they wanted. Imagine you go there by a vendor wants a mug. The lady say, I beg you come on here by the agriculture bar. That's what make the Trinidad songs, where they are trying to prevent the vendors from making money and steal somebody, give somebody something free. And they work, I want a lot of young people in the bar. You're doing that's what make the government win a lot of money. Put big people in a way of foolishness. Young people, what do you think they're going to do when their friend come around, the school friend, they're going to give them a drink free when you're big, some big people in it, But maybe that because that person maybe serving another person, they ain't got time to see. I was there to see, so I see. And they need to let the vendors themselves what they wanted, because look here, when he had it before, the people themselves, the carry the thing, it wasn't enough. The bar still run out. Huh? You go there talking about, you ain't going to sell a soda. And the people sell the soda, they tell everybody like this, local drink, Because some of them say they don't like the white sugar, what they made from us. So let the people do one, they think they're paying you. $200 a day wasn't easy, And to go, you got to hire someone to take you and take you back. Yes. And charge me 15. Tell them I said they want me. I'm going to go meet Dr. Joe, call me little friend. I work with him. When I was working to the sea, he came there doing thing. I said they need to put something for people like me. Elderly people. The same time my sister came here asking me, what happened to the buses there? I said, girl, you better let me call the Uber because they ain't no old people trying to be small. So what's small? St. Thomas smaller than us and St. Thomas have it. Oh my gosh. We need to pull up our socks.
Yes, all right then. All right, thank you so All right, thank you so much for your contribution. We're out of time, so we're going to have to wrap up. But thank you so much for your contribution to the program. And we are now preparing for the midday newscast, which comes up shortly. For those of you who may have just tuned in late, you've been listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. We shared an update on Tropical Storm tropical cyclone Jerry, which is nearing St. Kitts and Nevis. I have not seen or received the 11 a.m. update, but the 5 a.m. update noted that a tropical storm watch is now in effect for St. Kitts and Nevis, and that simply means that they could be developing, or they will be developing, tropical storm conditions, and it pose a threat to the specified area. Within the next 48 hours, residents should implement their hurricane disaster plans. Jerry is moving toward the west-northwest at 23 miles per hour. Until next time, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Take care. Coming up at noon is our midday newscast.